just a dream.
Okay, what?
Wrong year.
Wow. Okay, so we are sorry, everyone, if you're like.
Damn it.
Okay, no, the belt went weird. Sorry, we were in 2022.
We came back.
It's officially 2019. Our show is regular again. Everything's fine
as we know.
Welcome back.
Yep.
I'm back again to Henshin Hangout.
Henshin Hangout. Welcome back. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us. Let's get into it.
Let's get back into it. Let's jump into this
Super Sentai and Kamen Rider series.
Yeah. So it's funny. Last week, if you were watching the show last week,
it's a clip show. But I mean, you guys had fun with it, right?
Honestly, it is nice to look back on LUPAT and see how far they've gone and where we've gone with the show. And it's kind of neat to go okay, now that we're gonna hit the last chunk. So it's time to go. All right, let's see what's going on, and let's backtrack, and time to wrap this up.
In your opinion, because I know we've had some reservations on how the series is going. Yeah. Do you think it's it finally hit its stride as far as a series? Because it's a very ambitious series.
It is a very ambitious series, and I think right now, looks like the refocus is happening. So the next crucial thing are these next few episodes till we run to the end.
Yes.
That's part of the reason I even think why we're doing a clip show is because this is going to have 51 eps.
Yes.
And honestly, I think that was a. I
think it was a loose clip show. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's true.
It's more like callbacks versus a clip show. Especially for the Pod Rangers.
Yeah.
It's more just callbacks.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, it's not necessarily a full clip show, but we do. I mean, we do need refreshers.
You know what?
We should have contacted Toei and said, hey, if you want to give the Japanese audience refreshers. Check back last week's Henshin.
We were talking nothing but refreshers.
We did that for you.
Well, you know what? Even for a clip show, air quote, it's actually surprisingly fun still to watch. There's a lot of fun things going on in this app.
Very. What were some of your favorite, some highlights from this episode that you really enjoyed? This was great.
Okay, yeah, let's go into this for a second. Yes. There are two halves of the clip show episode. Yes. One is the LUPAT half, Lupin half, and the other is the Powder Ranger half. What's interesting is that the Powder Ranger half is got some huge dramatic stuff going on. And the LUPAT half, as we've seen here...
It's just fun.
It's fun. What's going on with the Powder Ranger half?
The Powder Ranger half, in the last episode, before the break, Kiichiro finally is putting things together.
Yeah.
He's putting things together. Now he's revealing it to his team, and he's trying to get them on board with him.
It's almost like all the stuff they pinned as, hey, let's remember this.
Yes.
They're starting to unpin. And they're going back through all the bits of, hey, remember when we thought this was weird?
Yes.
Or, hey, remember when we kind of were suspecting this?
Yeah, and they're connecting everything. So pretty much without knowing a lot, when they first had that little stakeout with the Lupinrangers, they didn't have a lot of information going into it, knowing. It was right before the fight that Kiichiro had with Noel, where Noel had said, I'm fighting to get back our loved ones. There's little pieces that happen after that initial sting that they didn't know. So they didn't have all the information going into it to make an actual, figure out that, this could actually be a possibility.
Right. Actually, what's kind of good on this half, too, and even keeping it, something that I realized, they were actually kind of keeping tabs on what they're doing is...
In a way. Without it being creepy, but just they're our friends now. We kind of understand some of the stuff that's actually going on.
Well, one of the big ones is the episode where the Lupinrangers have been turned into kids.
Yes.
And so this is both a good...
This is great.
It's a good comedic beat.
They shot new scenes with... the Lupinrangers in that position, so it kind of matched up right, because that was not stock footage.
No, that was really great, and it's also that realization that it's not like this is a throwaway episode. It's no, let's actually put two and two together.
I hit the screen.
Here's
really
the
weird.
next. This is a great
one. Yes, this is the best one.
This is great, and Tsukasa's reaction to this is just her going, "Oh my gosh, I was hugging Kairi."
I'm still on board thinking that there's something going on with these two.
Possible.
That's
it. I can see if you want to ship those two. That's totally fine. But no, that is her realizing she's basically hugging Kairi and she's saying, "Oh, how cute!" Yeah, that's Yeah, no,
his
it's
little tongue
turned
sticking out.
It's cartoonishly red. Like,
Yes,
that's pretty great.
That's funny.
But no,
Green isn't on board, or he doesn't want to believe it.
it makes sense for Sakuya to be kind of like, no, this is ridiculous. Why would you guys think that? And it's also, like, it's his naivete that kind of comes into play in that.
But if you think about it, though, are they really doing anything really bad other than, like the thieves? They're not stealing anything from anybody else. They're stealing it from ganglers. They're not really breaking the rules. It's more like vigilante than thieves.
Yeah, which I guess you could still make the argument is still illegal.
Okay.
But it is...
I like vigilantism.
No vigilantism! But, like, that is the one thing that I have to admit about the high concept that I play along with.
Okay.
Because, yes, you are right. They technically
are not doing anything terrible.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing about the show, where it's like, it's a kid's show, so you can't have them really do anything terrible for them to be the heroes of the show. So you just gotta roll with it, that if the cops say they're bad guys...
Do you think
I guess they're bad guys to the cops.
Does that not soften the blow a little bit? Like, once they finally confront them about it?
Oh, 100%, but they won't be played off like that.
No.
They will... I'm pretty sure they'll play it off as if they were...
They're gonna arrest you.
They're gonna arrest you.
Like, straight up, you're under arrest, that's it. I'm very interested to see how they go about it. Are they gonna, like, let it linger a little bit for a while and watch them and then jump on them? Or are they going to just immediately jump on them as soon as they get the chance? I thought they were going to do it at the end of this episode. No. I thought it was going to be like, you're under arrest and then cut.
No, they're holding on to that. I think they're probably not going to do that till probably, like, maybe next episode or so. It's actually funny because, Noel's not involved with this stuff at all now.
No, not really.
Mostly because he's stuck with...
I'm a little worried. I saw the preview for the last episode. I'm a little worried, but because... Oh, we'll talk about it a little bit later, maybe in the next episode.
I want to give Blur a little bit of something, because if he had... The Blur last week asked us a question of who would you cast in a Lupinranger, Ranger
blockbuster,
big budget movie, probably American movie. I feel like that's something we really, really probably should do, something really dedicated. But just for funsies.
Okay.
Who... Would you cast one Potter Ranger right now?
One Potter Ranger.
I'm not even going to tell you which one.
You're saying blockbuster.
Yeah, Hollywood movie. Pretend it's like Hollywood's going to do a big budget adaptation of Potter Ranger, Lupinranger.
Same age range?
Same age range.
Like in their 20s?
I'm not asking you to give me the whole team. Just one. You can pick whoever Potter Ranger right now. Right. Then we get to the Lupin half. We'll do it there.
Well, let's continue the conversation, and
we'll wrap back down to that. All right. Give me one Lupin. Give me one Pato.
Okay.
And I'll do one as well.
Okay. Cool.
The Lupinrangers also are kind of preoccupied in their own clip show.
Yes. In a game show.
In a game show, they're stuck in a dimension.
I feel like we should get colored jumpsuits like that.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
I would be down.
Do they sell them like that anymore?
Yeah, please.
I wish.
Not that hard.
Yeah.
Their clip show, unlike the Potter Rangers, where we're getting actual plot development and characterization development. This is funsies.
Yeah.
This is just funsies.
I like the gang. Like, the Gangler's not so bad, and he's like, he kept doing. We did that. He did that whole little post thing that comes back in the end. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun seeing the impressions, the secret talents. I just really enjoyed those impressions. Noel's is probably the best one.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I even appreciate that he goes like to the gusto by actually having like a cartoonish like kind of like air coming out of his nose to really showcase anger. I really like
Noel now. Now that the whole mystery behind him is gone and we don't really have to think about too much, and he's not so crazy and so like distant. I like Noel. Like, he's just embracing everything.
No, I agree. In this one, what do you think are some really good gags that happen in this, like, the Lupin half of the...
In the Lupin half?
Yeah.
Of course, there's the Kairi impression of Toma.
That's really good.
Where he backs down immediately.
Yeah, no, Toma, like, shuts the idea completely. Yeah.
He's really scared of Toma.
Yeah.
Toma's a scary guy.
Yeah.
I like the... I was trying to figure out before they were doing the secret town thing, Umika's like, I have an idea. Yeah. And I didn't know what it was going to be, and I didn't expect it to be what it was.
I was very concerned.
Why is that?
I actually wasn't here for that episode when we talked about it. When the Potter Rangers, that's a callback to the Potter Rangers gender swapping. Yeah. Not like that episode. My least favorite episode of the whole show.
Oh, really?
It's really bad. I don't think it's very good.
The past one.
Yeah, it's an old one. I will say this one, when they came out.
Yeah.
I'm like, Umika, not bad.
Not bad. Umika's good.
That is
actually, I really liked Umika and her little like her New Year.
No, she,
dang man,
they are hella pretty.
I know.
No, yeah, Umika in her New Year's outfit.
Yes,
I get it, Sakuya.
Yeah, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I love it. But yeah, they made very beautiful women.
They did.
Yeah.
No,
Even what's his name?
Noelle?
No.
Toma?
The flying robot.
Oh.
He had a little ribbon on him. He went on it too.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Goody got
Goody got a little.
Goody got a good upgrade.
Who do you think was like very like? I think he was very like you couldn't tell that it was Noelle.
I think Noelle's the most convincing.
Yeah, I could not 100%. Tell. Yeah.
Why don't you in the audience tell us who you think what Lupinrangers is the most convincing woman?
Oh my god!
I really would like to hear your thoughts on that because I think it's Noelle.
I think it's Noelle as well.
Yeah.
It was fun. I think
Kyrie's very close though.
So you really did enjoy that past episode?
I did not like that episode.
It was just really bad.
It's bad. I think it's got.
You didn't like when they're in their ranger suits and like, oh I got.
It left a bad feeling in my heart. I'm like, no, don't, inappropriate. Don't do it.
Yeah, so pretty much they're stuck there. But the big meat of the story is the Patrangers piecing together that they're that the Lupinrangers are their friends. Yeah. Which was like I like that they do a lot of callbacks to the past episodes and they're finally putting it together like, oh, well, because we for Henshin Hangout, we always point out, oh, Toma's really good with that gun. Should he have been really good with that gun? Isn't it giving it away? Right. In a way, some of their detective skills are kind of a little off.
But it's paying off here.
Yes, it's definitely paying off.
Yeah, no, Tsukasa bringing up the fact like she has 3 evidence.
Yes, they both Kiichiro and her both have 3 good evidence that that's them.
Yeah, no, I think I'm glad that they brought back that. No, when I was stuck in that dimension with Toma, all of a sudden he's really good at a gun. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, and
that's
then with Kairi, yellow.
But Umika
was here. Why was she in my dream?
Yeah. And when Umika with Tsukasa was like, wait a minute, if
my favorite episode.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And also there's so much evidence that now
putting it together.
Now they're putting it together, and I don't think it's them coming off as really like idiots, honestly. No. I think that's when we got a super chat!
Panda Blog says when Noelle did his acrobatics but got dissed on it. He didn't necessarily get dissed, it's just he wasn't really following the rules.
It's very funny, though, because the rules were, what was the rules again?
A hidden talent.
A hidden talent, and we all know...
And even the game was like, that's not hidden, you do that all, that's how you fight.
Literally, the first episode, you show that off. This is not a hidden talent, Noelle. You just want to exceed
props to the actor. Like he's got his little free roaming.
That's a Spider-Verse. That's a Spider-Verse pose, right?
Yeah. Little us. What? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I do like the idea that like everyone got hit in the head with with this like gold pan thing, and also crack up the idea you didn't have the heart to do that to Umika, huh?
No, because she never really got on stage.
No, she never got on stage, and it just.
Yeah.
I can just feel like we're not doing that.
No,
we're
not doing that. She's doing so good.
She's doing good. Yeah, no, she's actually the best, doing the best out of any of them.
She was actually getting them through this. Yeah. I also love the part where Goody figured out you have to do the pose to bring stuff in and out of that dimension. And the way that he did it is he kind of like just like went up into his butt, kept putting him up in there, and then like he was just gouging him in the certain spots just to get him in a weird position. I thought that was funny.
That's true, and he totally went up there.
Yeah, he went all the way
up
there.
He all up in there.
And when, at the end of this episode, I was like, oh, we're almost towards the end. Oh, probably the last 5 minutes is going to be a Zord fight. No, we didn't get which is fine. It's because they had that little, this is what this Zord can do, this is what this Zord can do, and Goody.
Don't forget to buy the toys.
Yeah, he's like, oh, they're stretchy, they're this.
That is the other. So it's again constant reminder of you have to sell.
Yeah, you gotta sell toys. We gotta find a way to sell these toys. Yeah. But it was cool how they did it. I'm glad they didn't have that monster grow and they had to do this.
No, we're done.
Yeah,
the story. But I mean, but look at all these toys, kids. Don't forget to buy these toys.
Yes.
Did you get all these toys?
Do you have all these variations of these Zords?
I don't know. You better bug your parents again if you didn't. You only got one? That's ridiculous. Yes. You got none. Figure it out.
But yeah. So. I'm really excited. I'm real. At the end of this episode, Ranger Green was like, volunteering that he's gonna figure it out. Like, you think he's trying to buy time?
I think here's the thing. A little bit of that. I also think that it makes perfect sense for it to be Sakuya because he's wrong. They are the Lupinrangers.
He's obviously wrong.
And so it's going to hurt big time for him.
He's going to feel betrayed, you think?
Yeah, that's going to be a very strong, well-earned, dramatic moment for him.
Because he has a thing for Umika.
He's got a thing for Umika. And he's like, but we're friends.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
he's like, we've developed this friendship. Like, he's even rallying with Kiichiro's like, but you've also developed a friendship with Kairi, so,
yeah.
I mean, can we just let them all... I don't know if he's trying to, like,
but he's right.
Them Leans, you know.
That's, like, but they got to be professional about it.
One thing, though, is they gave Noel a pass, right? Because they know that he's doing it for
it's a double job.
Certain reasons. Mm-hmm. Why aren't they going to give them a pass, you think?
I don't know. You know what? It's still. I think because it's a weird thing because Noel also works for them, so maybe that's kind of their justification. But it's the thing. Like, it's right now. Like, Keiichiro does know that they're doing it not for malicious reasons. You know, he does know they have a motivation even before Noel. Like, telling him straight up, like, we're doing this for people we love. Keiichiro, Lupin Red had, like, straight up told him, like, I'm not doing this for fun. Mm-hmm. Or, you know what I mean? Like, he had that moment where he's yelling at him, going, like, I'm forced to do this. And Keiichiro's like, I am so confused right now. What is he doing?
Kamen.
So I think he's still aware, but also he knows that, like, but my job is to take them in. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And Tsukasa is going to agree with that, because that's her job, too.
Yes. So it's going to be interesting. The next few episodes are going to be, it's going to be a nail biter for sure. But we do. What's going on with Zamigo, do you think?
Yeah, okay, here's the thing, right? Like, I think $2 super chat.
Toku Kid says because they evil actually are monster, he's just trying to sell his product.
Yeah, but man, I love him so much. I love that every time he got punched, like, the fucking salmon rail pop. Anyway, no, this is the thing. I think it's no secret that most of us agree that Zamigo needs to get things going. What's he doing?
Yeah.
And you only got a certain amount of episodes left to really make this matter.
And he's trying to develop, work with the other gangler. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what had Saba in her hands.
Yeah.
Broken down Saba. What? And they had what's that from Ninja Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means, of course, that Tommy will be coming into the storyline.
Tommy is going to be here.
In Dimensions of Danger with his...
Jason David Frank is coming in.
That's right.
He's going to voice one of the ganglers. So Power Ranger fans rejoice.
He's going to fly in with his morphing...
Sword,
what's the morphing master morpher thing. And I'm kidding. No.
I was like, Black was Tom doesn't exist here. We know, man.
We know. Unless you keep watching. No, I know.
So yeah, that's one mystery that I want to figure out what's going on.
They have to basically pull the trigger on Zamigo and really commit to.
And I feel like they are. Like, it wasn't even brought up in this episode that we had the striker powers, we had the Magnum. Like, next time we see Zamigo, he's done. Yeah. They put a hit on his head already.
Yeah, that's true.
He's done.
Yeah, and the thing, like, I think it's no secret that most of us agree that, like, Zamigo has not been in the use of the show as much as they should be. Especially for a guy who's in the opening credits sequence. He's in the opening credits sequence, folks. And yeah, it's just that, like...
And he has no intention of taking over for the boss.
Yeah, so it
doesn't make any sense. Like,
you have so many episodes to make him compelling, a full motivation, and really really give us some good evil stuff with him. Yeah. And I'm hopeful, because the show can get
like
there.
You said, if it ends good, they did it.
They did it.
They did it.
So no, these are some pretty important episodes. Yes. The wrapping the whole show up, and we'll see.
So what would you rate this episode?
Out of 7 Pat Rangers, I will give this episode. You know what? For a clip show, and you're right. It's a decent callback. Yeah, it's a good callback episode, and I will give this a 5.
I'll give it a 6.
You give it a 6.
I'll give it a 6.
All right.
So you go. Super chat from Anthony Davis with 2 eyebrows. Is that Anthony? Yeah. He says Sakuya got on my nerves because he's thirsty for Umika over doing his job. I mean, come on, man. Do your damn job and stop worrying over someone who don't want you. I mean, not necessarily.
I mean, they're trying to play that card. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
No, but I mean, Noel was talking to Umika and she had a little glimmer in her eye.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Why is that? You think it's forced already?
I think it's a little forced, but hey, man, I also... yes, not 100% wrong.
yes.
100% wrong with your super chat call out for that.
Okay, so let's see what they rated it. Come on.
What y'all
All
got?
So Anthony Davis 5 out of 7. Layla 5.5. The Blur 6 out of 7. J Boss 3 out of 7. Blackwing 5.5.
All right.
Deca Master Fan, aka Kamen Rider Brave, I Want to Go Out with Umika out of 10.
That's probably the highest score we got so far.
That's a good score. Ukuya Senpai 6 out of 7. Surprised that it was a good clip show. I am too.
I'm agreeing. I agree with that. Because like for a clip show or a callback show, you said, like it actually uses the clips in a in a good narrative way.
That's how you use the clips.
That's how you use it.
That's how you use the clips. It's not just like with American Power Rangers where, we'll use this clips and then they could talk about it, so it's fun too. Yeah. Remember, we had some fun episodes. Also, we had Tristan 5 out of 7, Toku 3 out of 7, 3 out of 7 Revealed Rangers. Yeah, okay. Piff, good one, Toku. So yeah, do you want to jump into
this show?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. This is an interesting episode.
A very interesting episode. I really enjoyed the opening scene because when he wakes up, he's like, "Oh, what do you want your New Year's resolution to be? Be a king." It's like, "Oh, again?
Okay, typical.
Again, really?" But we see that he realizes that he's in 2022, and maybe before I say it, what was some interesting things that you saw when he went out into the world of 2022?
Well, apparently we get holograms ready to roll in 2022. So
hologram.
Look, hey, cool. Look, we're already in 3 years' time. We're gonna be super futuristic, just like in Back to the Future Part 2.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Back to the Future Part 2, the hologram shark.
Yeah.
Remember Jaws? What was it?
Jaws 20 or something.
Yeah. Where it came out. Exactly.
So
hologram, we had like freaking Street Fighter, but Street Fighter-esque fighting.
Flying cars.
Yep.
This is gonna happen.
In 3 years,
in
man.
3 years, folks.
Hey,
3 years.
You know what they say about like the development of like microchips and stuff, and how technology develops.
No.
But we get to meet a new writer.
What?
Yeah, he's a pretty cool writer too. His powers come from that frog.
That's right. It's Kamen Rider. What, Shinobi?
Shinobi, yes.
Kamen Rider Shinobi.
I love it.
Jezzer.
What?
He looks familiar.
Does he?
Yes. Do you know why he looks familiar?
I didn't, but I know now.
Why does he look familiar?
Because he was on the Sentai counterpart of Ninja Steel.
Ninja.
Ninja.
You know him best as Star Ninja.
He was Levi's character.
Yes, Gold Ranger Cowboy Ninja.
And I was excited. I was excited to come here and ask you if he is like from a previous writer series, because I feel like this isn't an act like a throwaway actor that they bring in just to be another wrider. You know?
No.
This is someone that they kind of really invested. They invested a lot of time into casting him.
He is someone from. Oh, we got Super Chat!
Super Chat! Toku Kid says Kamen Rider Shinobi miniseries announced, by the way.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's true. So if you liked Kamen Rider Shinobi's appearance, and side note, I kind of did.
Yeah?
He's pretty rad.
Yeah.
You will get more of him if you're a member of the Toei's Tokusatsu fan club. Cool. But yes, there'll be a special with him, and it's
I like the colors, man.
No, here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. When he showed up on his bike, he poured like whatever that liquid out of that bottle and make the belt around him, I kind of was like, oh no, Toei, you screwed up. I really rather watch this show.
Yep. Producer Nagami, is there a Ninja Star belt watch coming soon? Yes.
We will be getting that as an accessory. Yes,
I'm excited.
But yeah, no, his whole thing is super rad. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I kind of wish this show was real.
But now it will be it'll
be at least something. We'll get a little extra something.
But it wasn't the real time. It was 2022, and he woke up. It was 2019.
Yeah, it's 2019. This is the correct time.
So. Other than a new Shinobi writer, what else did we get in this episode?
Well, weirdly, we got a super chat.
Which
that does happen in this episode. But the blur goes, Go Buster Red is coming to Kamen Rider. Go Buster Red is coming to be Kamen Rider Quiz. That's right. We will get another Sentai actor later on for next week's episode.
So Sentai and Rider series are
colliding. That's sometimes they do that. No, like Sentai actors will jump onto a Rider thing and be a completely different character, be it villains or other heroes. So sometimes it's kind of fun.
When do you think we're gonna get a Rider like adaptation in the United States? My voice kind of cracked a little bit. Yeah.
What was that?
When are we gonna get like a Rider American adaptation?
Besides Masked Rider?
Besides Masked Rider. Besides Toku being in Masked Rider.
I don't. I don't know. I think.
Oh, look at his powers.
He looks so cool.
So cool, a ninja.
I'm super into it. I want more of it. And we will get more of it.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, like, it depends on what show they want to do. I mean, like, I made the joke last week when me and my friend pointed out, like, hey, if you want to turn X8 into a VR Troopers spinoff, it's possible.
I feel like it's so far behind VR Troopers. We need probably
a new show
a
concept.
reboot of VR Trooper or something.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's going on, and this is what's going on with Kamen Shinobi. But since 2019 is now, there is a mysterious new person, or someone shows up.
Waz dressed up kind of like a little different. He got these like special glasses that he got at the Santa Monica Pier. Looking like a little green cyclops.
I've seen those sunglasses too. I've always been like, hey,
I've always been aching to buy it just because, and I feel like I would never wear it. But
like
Waz is rocking them right now.
Waz is rocking with a fuzzy beret.
Yes. I was telling producer Nagami if he could put together that getup, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I could see. No, I could see producer Nagami rocking that. But while Waz is weirdly in this new outfit, the other Time Jackers are gathering up again, and Schwartz gives Hull a new watch.
Yes, Shinobi watch. Dang. See, I thought we were done with the Another Riders. I thought with Decade coming in, it was just gonna be Rider versus Rider. Or, but it's fine.
Yeah.
What did you think of the design of the Another Shinobi?
It's not bad. I mean, it's this weird thing because, like, I see what they're doing here.
What's that?
They are creating new writers, not based on old writers.
Is it because they ran out of actors that they could tap into to bring to this series?
You know what? I'll be generous. I'll be nice, and feel like this is their way of shaking up the format of the show.
Or listening to us like, oh, we can't really explain these past writers
if we can't get all of them
in a 20-minute episode. Let's just make new writers.
Well, that's the thing. But here's the thing. There's something about that where I'm like, it does shake up the format of the show.
Yep.
It does allow me to not be wondering, well, if you brought them in for 2 seconds, why bother bringing in the old actors?
Yeah.
Like, my big one for me is Gaim. I'm a huge fan of the show Gaim, and he brought his writer back to just kind of pop out of window going, hey, guys.
Yep. No, they brought back a full-on team, didn't they?
Yeah, the other shows they've done, but for Gaim, they've been kind of weirdly like up and down.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, cool, you brought the whole cast back, or you brought some full-time writers back, and then sometimes you get like the one I just mentioned.
Yeah.
But this is their way of going, okay, we'll make up a new writer, and then here's the neat thing about the Another Writer this time.
What's that?
It's not some rando person.
No, it's actually what's his name?
It's the person who will become the future writer.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. And does show a new progression in the Time Jackers' plans.
It still messes up. It still confuses me on like the timeline thing, the time travel thing.
That's fair. But no,
like, just forget about it. If you think about it too much, you're just gonna rock your brain.
But this is as we see right here. This is the guy who will become Kamen Shinobi in 3 years.
Yes.
So the new plan is, we will get the person who will become the writer way before they become the writer.
Yes.
To corrupt them to become the Another Writer. And I kind of think, like, that's confusing when said out loud, but also...
I'm confused when you said it.
I know. But yet, also, I can see the benefits of that plan. Because unlike trying to corrupt someone who isn't the writer, like a rando, and trying to make that person, convince that person to go do their bidding.
Go full on and commit.
Yeah. It's like, here, it's like, well, what if we get the person who was the comm writer before they become the comm writer?
Who shows the attributes of the writer already.
Right. But also, here's the other weird thing. It's not like we're officially guaranteed the destined future of Shinobi. This other Waz
is from a different universe.
And I think he's coming up with these new writers.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, you think he's creating them?
I think he's creating new writers for this new plan.
He's pretty much like, setting the tone or setting where the future's going to go with that book of his.
Yeah.
But we come to find out that he is Waz from a universe where Omazeo is destroyed.
Yes.
And Gates is the praised one.
Yes. And which is kind of neat because I like that it's throwing off our Waz.
Yes.
For a loop.
Yep.
Like, our Woz is, like, literally going, I don't know what's going on.
He's been super silent, very, like, he's not as confident in this episode.
I like that.
Like, he's just really like, oh, what do I do?
Yeah, no, I like that Woz is being thrown off his game here,
Yeah.
and he can't just do his, hello, my great one, I'm just show up magically.
I still love those. I love those. I love that. I love this little dynamic in Decades. Like, who are you talking to?
I agree. I do love that too, but I also love that he's being like kind of thrown off the loop, and he's like, "Oh no!" Took super chat.
Go ahead.
Toku here once again saying, "Kamen Rider Aqua from O's should be here." Okay, so let me explain that. If you do not know, you do not know. So
I do not know.
Kamen Rider Aqua is another future writer that showed up in Kamen Rider O's.
Okay.
And so, if we're doing this thing where it's like we're getting future writers, actually, I made Toku at one point. I made that joke too when I was watching the episode with my friend. Yeah, no, like if we're introducing future writers that haven't been revealed yet,
Might as well introduce like future writers from past shows.
yeah, that we've already shown up.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, but no. I love the idea that Woz is like off his game. That Woz doesn't know how to handle this situation, and yeah, this other Woz who comes from a future where Gates won is and praising Gates is interesting to me.
I'm excited to see how, because obviously we're gonna get a little glimpse of that future too.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like putting them against each other a little bit.
Yeah. It's he gets his own Woz.
Yeah.
You know, and which almost like making the joke like, does Tsukuyomi get her own Woz?
Yeah, does everybody get their own
Does
Woz?
Uncle get their own Woz?
Do you and I get our own
Do
Woz?
we get our own Wozes?
I want a Woz.
I want a Woz.
Could you imagine what your Woz would look like?
Oh, my Woz will totally like wear like nerdy T-shirts and shit.
Okay.
And,
I think
like,
my Woz would be really sarcastic and kind of.
I could see that.
Yeah.
My Woz probably likes watching movies a lot too.
Yeah,
you know.
probably.
Yeah.
We should get a Woz.
We should get your own Woz.
Yeah, get your own Woz. Only $19.99. If you call right away, you get 2 for the price of 1. No, I'm kidding.
Also, but Woz isn't just another pretty face with a beret.
Oh, he's a writer.
That's right.
Dang, his suit is dope.
You know what's? First off, you're right. It is dope. But you know what else I couldn't help but notice?
What?
His suit. First off, belts. Big old shiny belt there. You know.
Is that brand new belt?
That is a brand new belt.
Dang.
Here's the thing that cracks me up.
You buying that? No, he's not buying that.
Do you notice that what kind of watch he has behind him?
Behind him?
Yeah, when he henshins, what's his watch?
It looks like an Apple Watch.
You know what's funny is that his name is Woz.
Oh, dang!
I just want to point that out.
Wow.
And they should have a Kamen Rider named Kamen Rider Jobs. I just want to say.
Kamen Rider Jobs.
I would totally want to see Kamen Rider Jobs. But yes,
But if he was
Wozniak here.
if he was Wozniak, shouldn't he be like an overweight bearded man?
Yeah, no, it's Japan. It's fine.
It's fine. I do like his weapon. I do love this. I do love the suit. It's really great.
He's got apps on his sword.
I know. Little touch screen.
You know.
He's no longer analog. He's full digital.
What happens if, like, in the middle of a fight, one of the apps needs a moment to download an update?
Yeah, he's like, oh man, it's updating. And I love that he still carries that little future writing book.
Yeah.
So it's like, pretty much he could be a writer, but he's also still, messing shit up with that book.
And that's interesting because our Woz is reading the information that is known.
Yes.
And this is the guaranteed future of Omazeo. This Woz is creating his own future.
Yes.
And that's really interesting to me.
Another interesting thing in this episode that we finally get after many, many episodes is we get a writer writing something.
Ha! It's still Gates.
It's still Gates. It's still Gates.
It's still Gates. It's now officially been 15 episodes since Sogo.
I love how you know exactly how many episodes.
Because he has not written. Sogo has not written his bike in 15 episodes. To be fair, though,
What?
They have written the time machines.
Yes.
Every episode. So maybe
that's a technicality.
But it is writing.
I know, but
They
I
do
still
write
want to
them.
see a motorcycle. But
I know. Listen, I came to watch a show about a guy with a bug face.
Yes.
I came to watch a robot-looking bug face man who karate kicks people to death, who rides a motorcycle. With the exception of Drive, in which he drove a car.
There was one clip, or there was one scene in this episode where I was watching it, and like I was just like, I love The Office. I was just watching. I was like, "That's what she said." We're like, without even thinking, when he was talking about the sword and how it's getting larger.
Yeah, I know.
I was just watching. That's what she said, and then just continued on.
Actually, I was thinking the same thing.
You were?
I was thinking the same thing.
Nice.
Yeah, no.
That's funny.
Gosh,
but
darn
yeah,
it.
I mean, it was a fun episode. But the one thing I hate about these 2 episode arcs is like right when it's getting good.
Yeah.
Duh, it's done.
That's how they get you.
I know.
That's how they get you.
It's
That's
like,
how these
it's
work.
It's finally getting good. Done. I gotta wait a week.
How do you feel overall about? I'm sorry, Johnny. I hate that suit.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
I don't know.
But how do you overall feel about this sort of new restructure of the format of the formula of the show?
I think it's good. I think it makes it, we've made some complaints before of them being like, oh, we're going to explore alternate timelines.
Yeah.
Now we're doing alternate timelines. Now we're not going like in the past, we're doing alternate timelines.
Yeah. No.
So.
And yeah, if this is kind of their way of like having fun and coming up with new writers for funsies, then hey, cool. Like, yeah, already by this one, I want to see more of Shinobi. He looks rad,
I kind of want to see Shinobi versus Waz.
Yeah.
I know, but Waz might not be necessarily a bad guy. I just want to see them fight it.
Yeah.
Duke it out.
And also, like, we know that this alternate future Waz in the Fancy Beret becomes Kamen Rider Waz, but does our Waz?
Ooh, can we get a new suit for our Waz too?
It looks like we might if we're judging by the next time episodes, but I'm curious to see how we're gonna get to that point. How long is this alternate Waz gonna hang around?
I feel like he could stay for a while.
So we're gonna get 2 Wazes.
2 Waz riders.
2 Waz white. 2
Waz.
Waz.
2 Waz
2 Waz
Wazes.
Wazes.
2 Waz
2
Wazes.
Wazes. Anyways.
I think that'd be great. I think that'd be great. Like maybe different color schemes or something.
Yeah.
Then it's just like Gates and Waz versus Oma and Zio and Waz.
There you go.
Yeah. Running at each other.
That'd be fun.
And then you see the time jackers just like, sitting in the back eating popcorn.
Hora's like, I'm so already bored with this.
Done. I feel like they're not motivated to keep doing this anymore.
No, well, actually, you know what's really cool about this? I do like how Waz is screwing around with them too. Like he screwed around with Wool.
Oh my god,
that was really good. Actually,
that was scary. Every time he yeah.
He was trying. Yeah, I know this new Waz is
kind of an asshole.
Kind of an a-hole, and he's throwing everyone off the loop.
Yep.
And I'm liking it.
Yes,
and you know what? If this is the shakeup,
and it makes sense because he's Gates' Waz, so
yeah,
he kind of
Do you sometimes thought like he would tell her that but Gates, by the way, I look for a future where you defeat Omagio.
Yeah.
And I imagine Gates going, cool, great.
He's like, I don't care.
What's the problem with this?
And it's weird too. It's like they're finally like on. I don't want to say friends, but they're finally like on the same mission now.
Right.
And then the new Waz comes in. It's shaking things up, splitting them back up again. So it's gonna be interesting.
No, new Waz. Who knew that more Waz was the answer?
Yes, more Waz.
More Waz is the answer to
Kamen
Joe.
Rider, more Waz.
Super chat.
We got a new super chat from Toku Kid who says, also every time time travel trope being done now.
Also every time travel. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Every time travel trope under the sun.
I'm gonna get a headache. I'm gonna get a headache if I think about it.
Like Terminator, like when he came in.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
But he wasn't naked though, so.
Well, no, that probably would have like really been.
Yeah, that would have been bad. It's a kid show.
A producer pointed out that he does that new Waz has come in like Terminator.
Yes.
Like Kyle Reese style.
Ooh, Kyle Reese. Dang. I love it. So what would you... Is there any other like cool things that you liked about this episode?
You know what? It's weird how much like this episode gets a lot of stuff that I'm like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
This might be interesting.
It's like finally, once they stop, dwelling on the past and looking towards the future, then it starts getting good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm strangely looking forward to seeing what we're gonna do with these new writers. How about you?
I like it. I think Schwartz needs some sleeves.
Never. No. He comes from the similar to the Jason Lee Lee Scott family.
Jason Lee Scott family.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to see how much more new Waz mess things up.
Yeah.
Should we give him a different name, because it gets a little confusing? Waz and Waz.
That's true. We want to call him Another Waz.
I don't like that.
No, I'm gonna stick with it. Another Waz.
He's another.
You know what? He is another Waz. I'm gonna stick with it.
What if Waz's rider uniform is another Waz of Waz's uniform? God. You know, it's gonna get crazy.
It's another wasp.
So what would you give it? Let's go out of 5.
Out of 5, watch faces.
That's not 5. That's
a lot of more than 5. I will give this. You know what? Probably one of the highest. I'll give this show 3.
3 out of 5.
0.8 faces.
Oh, 0.8.
Yeah, almost a 4.
I'll give it 3.5 out of 5.
You give it 3.5.
3.5.
I'm feeling very hopeful right now.
I want more Back to the Future and Terminator references. That'd be great. You know.
Oh, I definitely need some Back to the Future.
Woz come in, just say like for some reason instead of "I'll be back" or "I'll come back soon" or some kind of little parody of that.
I need a time zinger to be struck by lightning.
Oh yeah, and it just disappears.
Yeah, it just disappears.
And then a guy with a note saying, "Oh, I'm over here in the Wild Wild West." But yeah, okay. So let's see what they gave it. J Boss 3.6. Toku Kid 3 out of 5. Layla says Tsukasa Hero Time out of 5. Anthony Davis with 2 eyebrows says 5. Blur 4.5. Champion 4.5. Bumika says
no more 0.5. Oh. I think
no.
we're a little late on. I think people are a little late on translating the 0.5 apps.
I haven't been watching them.
Those
to be
are
honest.
good. Those are very weird. 5 out of 5. Waz
Okuya Senpai?
Yeah, 5 out of 5. Waz's standby sound is so lit, yo.
So lit, yo.
It is lit.
Blackwing 4.5 out of 5. Waz and Shinobi are pretty cool.
And Bumika 4.5 out of 5.
Nice.
I think we're all feeling this one.
Yeah, we're liking it a little bit. I hope they, for that second part, they hit it strong.
Okay, so let's wrap back around to the question.
Oh my gosh!
Do you have just one?
Okay.
Give me one Pata Ranger, and
Okay.
I'll give you one Lupin Ranger. How about that? Let's be fair.
Okay, Potter Ranger.
Doesn't matter.
He's in Young Hollywood. He's pretty big in Young Hollywood. He's kind of cooled off a little bit now, but I'd say Dylan O'Brien.
You know what's funny? I was thinking Dylan O'Brien for the Power for them too, for the Power Rangers too.
Yeah.
Which one would he be? Keiichiro?
Yeah, I think Keiichiro.
Keiichiro. Okay. That's pretty good. I was thinking that because
I'm thinking Young Hollywood. You know.
Yeah. For the Lupin Rangers.
Oh look, Toku said that too.
That's
So
over.
it's totally not. It's
Everyone,
not so
I think all three of us got Dylan O'Brien vibe. He voiced Bumblebee, by the way.
Yeah.
And we're feeling Dylan O'Brien right now.
Yeah.
That's how we're feeling. Okay, who do we get? He might be too.
Oh, you guys, they said make it in THS hashtaggers. That's perfect.
Make it a chat. You know what? Okay, I'll do one for the Lupin Rangers, but I think that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. Good job.
Not a bad
Good job,
idea.
The Blur.
For the Lupin Rangers, he might be a little too old.
Okay.
But I kind of like the idea of Ezra Miller as Lupin Red.
Ezra Miller's
who is the
Lupin
Flash.
Red. Ooh, actually, that could work.
That could work.
I kind of like it.
You know,
Ezra Miller versus Dylan O'Brien?
That's the movie.
Okay.
That's the movie, Ezra Miller versus Dylan O'Brien.
Yes. That'd be great. So, yeah, like the Blur said in the chat, we're issuing that challenge out to you guys and teachers hashtaggers. If you guys feel, like you want to cast the rest or a whole new Lupin Ranger, Pod Ranger cast.
And this is not Power Rangers. This is Lupin Ranger versus Powder Ranger. So cast big.
Yeah.
Yeah, go big. Now pretend. Now have fun with this. Pretend that this is gonna be like the next big $200 million superhero movie that they're readapting for America.
That's a lot of money, dude.
Just pretend. Just pretend. You have to make those robots look good, man.
Yeah.
So have fun. Cast whoever you want. Who you think would be right. Young Hollywood. Maybe find a way to get Lana Kandor in there. It's up to you can decide on any of that. But put that in do that discussion over at THS hashtaggers. And have fun with it. Don't this is not Power Rangers. This is Lupin Rangers and Powder Rangers.
Yep.
This is their big debut.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, thank
for
you.
holding it down last week.
Oh, no problem.
I had so much fun with these episodes. I think we should have like our own little Lupin Ranger game show here and do like impressions and stuff.
Yes, I would. Would you be down for that?
I had to be down.
Because I have to do an episode of Hot Ones eventually with the wings.
We gotta do it. So you guys, thank you so much. Where can everyone find you on social media, my friend?
On Twitter at Justin Keyson, Instagram at Justin Quiz. How about you?
All social media at Jezzer Zeus.
Boom.
Again, thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with everything trending
In K-pop culture.
Bye. Bye.